Hello to all of my writing friends, those of you who've been here before and those of you who are joining me for the very first time. A special hello to all of you who are here from the Homebound free online conference. I'm Amy Ludwig Vanderwater. This is Betsy the Writing Camper. I'll be speaking to you from here today and each day for the foreseeable future. Today's writing talk was inspired by a quote by one of my favorite poets, David McCord. He said, "One of my teachers told me, never let a day go by without looking on three beautiful things. I try to live up to that and find it isn't difficult. The sky in all weathers is, for me, the first of these three things." And so, of course, today's talk is titled Three Beautiful Things.
Hi, everybody. We're back and we are in Betsy, and it is a little chilly, which is why I have this scarf on. Some of you might not know that Betsy and I live in Western New York. So we're here still in the part of spring where we might get snow one day and then it might be super warm another day. So today's a little chilly day and I'm happy you're here. I first would like to give a little hello to Farah. Last week when we wrote the story of an object, I learned that Farah said, "I'm going to break the rules a little bit." And she wrote about her cat. And I wanted to just say to everybody that breaking the rules is a very good thing to do. Because as writers, there are certain rules that we know and writers need to do. But then sometimes it's important to say, I need to take this in my own direction. And if you hear that voice in your head, listen to that. Because sometimes that new direction is a direction that nobody's taken before. Or it's a direction that will teach you something about yourself that you never would have expected. So Farah, I was so happy to learn that about you, and your cat is adorable. Well, today's exercise is going to call Three Beautiful Things. And for those of you who know me and who may have visited my blog, The Poem Farm, before, you might know I am a very big fan of the poet David McCord, who lived from 1897 to 1997, was a winner of the National Council of Teachers of English Poetry Award. And he said, you saw in the quote a couple minutes ago, once that his teacher told him to find three beautiful things every day. And so I did this last night. I went out and I said, I'm going to look and find three beautiful things. And there are all kinds of beauty. So there's not just one kind of beauty. Something you find beautiful, I might not. Something I find beautiful, somebody next door might not. And so that's the neat thing about this exercise is there are many kinds of beautiful. And as we look, we might try to look for more than one type. So I thought I'd show you what I did in my notebook here. And you can see I am still playing with borders and I am still playing with my colored pencils. And it's kind of a relaxing thing to do. Even when I'm not writing, I'll go into my notebook and just say, I'm going to play with a border today. So here's what I did. It says three beautiful things on the top. And I did write David McCord's name so that I could think about him. Poet David McCord said once that his teacher told him to find three beautiful things each day. He said it isn't difficult. The sky is always beautiful. I rode my bike down the road tonight, and I, too, noticed the sky. So then, now you can see I'm numbering my three things. Number one, the sky. The trees were all lined up against the sky as if for a family picture, and the background changed from light blue at the top to light peach at the bottom. Number two, firewood on the porch. I can almost hear the crackle when I see it. Three, the cornfield after winter, next door to us, so many shades of brown. And four, a box full of red peppers. So bright. I picked one of those that I wanted to write more about, and I chose to write more about firewood. What is it about firewood? I love it. I feel grateful to trees when we have a fire, and when I walk or drive by a house with big piles of firewood stacked all neatly, I feel cozy and safe. We heat with firewood at our house, and it's really cold and snowy here, so a fire is not just for pretty, not just a luxury. Fire is a need, a beautiful need. Our porch was solid firewood earlier in the season, and now there's some left, but most of it has warmed us and has made billowy trails in the sky above our house. I love how a tree can be chopped into logs and can become a whispery crackle and a place to sit close and read or drink tea and read a book. When I come close to my fire, I feel almost as if I lived a long time ago. Wood and fire feel so solid and real. Mark takes the ashes out and they will fertilize our garden and become new soil, and thereby new trees, and so around and around it goes. These cycles give me a sense of peace. Wood smells good too, and as I think about this, I find myself remembering sharpening marshmallow sticks and how I really want to learn how to carve a spoon. My 6th grade teacher, Mr. Fran, was a whittler, and I want to learn to whittle, to carve a walking stick, a spoon, and maybe someday a bowl. So my quest to find 3 beautiful things led me on a journey thinking about whittling, which is maybe going to be added, definitely going to be added to my I want to learn list from before, and this may be a project I take up. So today, I encourage you could be in your house, you could look out your window again, you could go for a walk outside, like a safe walk outside, and just say, I'm going to find 3 beautiful things. Or you could even do this in one room of your house and then another room and a different room. You could try this again and again and then choose one of those 3 things and write long about it. Push yourself again to write a whole page. It was a pleasure to see you. If any of you were wondering when I'm going to get to making the Raisin Bran cover of this, it might be today. It might be tomorrow. I'm still thinking about it, but it might be today. So have a really lovely day. I'm thinking about you. I'm happy we're back for the week, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Here you can see my writing about 3 beautiful things. I hope to see you next time, and I wish you lots of beautiful things today and every day.